Good morning. On today's show, we have the latest on Kobe Bryant, details about the weekend in sports including wrestling championship, and a whole lot more. It's Monday, January 28th, and this is MCHSLive.com Morning Edition. Yesterday afternoon, we received sad news out of California. Retired NBA superstar Kobe Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter, Gianna, were among the 9 people killed in a helicopter crash in the hills of Calabasas, California. Bryant was an 18-time All-Star with the Lakers who is eligible for the Basketball Hall of Fame this year. Saturday night, Bryant was passed by LeBron James for 3rd position in all-time scoring. James said, "It's another guy that I looked up to when I was in school. Seeing him straight out of high school, he is someone I use as inspiration. Kobe's a legend." This morning, we asked some of the students and faculty here at MCHS what their biggest memory of Kobe is.
Greatest Kobe Bryant memory. One of two would definitely have to be his 60 points in his farewell game in the Staples Center against the Utah Jazz. But the one that everybody will probably remember will be against the Toronto Raptors, in which he scored 81 points and basically carried his team to victory. One of the greatest competitors, one of the greatest basketball minds. He will definitely have an impact on kids from this point on, change the game, just change the overall approach to the way that people work outside of the basketball court. Gonna miss you, Kobe. Rest in peace.
Last night, Coach Sim shared his biggest Kobe memory with us. Thank you, Coach Sims. We will have more on Kobe Bryant as the story develops. Now it's time to bring back the classic segment, Knowledge is Power. This is your chance to take 15 seconds to better yourself. Here's today's Knowledge is Power question.
Friday night, the basketball teams traveled to Jackson County to take on the Panthers in their final trip to Commerce for a region game. The Lady Dogs got started and used a dominant defense and solid offense, ball movement to take the 42-12 3 win. The Lady Dogs are now locked in 3rd place in the region with a 7-4 record. The boys team took the court following the girls' victory, but could not end the competition against Jackson County with a win. The Panthers were too much for the Dogs, taking the 55-35 win. The Dogs moved to 2-9 in the region. The Saturday basketball teams welcomed the Jones County Greyhounds for the senior night celebration. The Lady Dogs got the action started and played a great game against the top 10 ranked Lady Greyhounds. But the Greyhounds were too much as the Lady Dogs fell 66-44. The Lady Dogs were led by Tamia Benford, who had 24 points, and Shea Brown, who poured in 13. Between the games, the Lady Dogs celebrated their 5 seniors, and the boys celebrated their 4 seniors. The boys took the court against a very tall and very fast Greyhound team. Ultimately, the Dogs fell to a 5 opponent. They were led on the court by A.J. Brown, who had 23 points, and Ty Butler, who had 17, including 5 threes. Both teams close the regular season tomorrow night at Monroe area. The games start at 6 p.m. As we told you last week, the rugby team opened their season Saturday in Brunswick. The first match was a time for the boys to learn as they dropped it 22-5. The second was a much closer match, with the boys losing that one 17-12. Try scorers on the day were Dylan New, Jared Waldrop, and Mark Rivera. Muriel kicked 1 try conversion. One of the great things about the rugby matches is that it's a tradition for the teams to play a match made of players from both teams. The teams that take the field again on February 8th in Marietta for a 15-a-side mini tournament. Saturday, the Morgan County wrestling team traveled to Archer High School for the final tune-up before the state traditional championships this weekend. Congrats to Griffin Malacaster for going 3-0 and being crowned the tournament champion in the 120-pound classification. Other dogs represented well at the tournament included Ray Bahal taking 6th at 113, Austin Johnson with 5 and 126, Brandon Grindle with a 6th place finish at 132, Jeremiah Grimsley claimed 8th in 195, and finally Chance Reed took 5th in heavyweight. Best of luck to the dogs this weekend as they head to the state championships. Today at 3:15 is the last chance interest meeting for the MCHS esports team. In order to compete this season, you must have either attended Thursday or today. Reminder for those who are in attendance, the $64 for registration is due to Miss Bisley by Thursday. That does it for sports today. Now let's get to the Knowledge is Power answer for today.
This weekend, Planters mascot Mr. Peanut died in a terrible accident while driving in the Nutmobile on a cliffside road. Mr. Peanut and his friends swerved off the road to avoid the armadillo. They managed to grab onto a branch, and Mr. Peanut let go to get rid of the extra weight. Mr. Peanut died a hero. Last night, Billie Eilish swept the Grammys. The 18-year-old won all 4 major honors, including winning Album, Record, and Song of the Year, as well as Best New Artist. She is the first person to do so since singer Christopher Cross in 1981. The new iPhone 12 is predicted to come out in September 2020. Rumors say that the new iPhone will have 120 Hz refresh rate, and the phone might have a 5G coverage. Rumors also say that there will be anywhere between 5.4-inch screen to a 6.7-inch screen. That about does it for today's show. Make sure to check out our PM Edition show. We will have the latest on Kobe Bryant tragedy and much more. Before we leave, let's get you giggling on Monday. Today's joke of the day is on a deep one. What starts with an E, ends with an E, and only has one letter in it? An envelope. That does it for today's show. We will see you tomorrow, where we will have the details about tomorrow's night's season closing basketball games, update on the Kobe Bryant story, and more. Thank you again for watching, and have a great day, and as always, go Dogs!